So what's the view from policymakers inside the White House? There he is. Let's ask Peter Navarro. He's White House National Trade Council Director and a White House advisor. Great to see you, Peter. As one of our guests just mentioned, I mean, the trade figures or the jobs figures were below what we expected, but you add in the revisions and it's a net plus. Nevertheless, markets are spooked by what's happening with interest rates. Any chance at all that higher interest rates could curb this tremendous economic growth that we have?
David, I will reiterate that was a great jobs report today. Peter Moriarty did point out there was some weather issues in there that might have gave a little different picture. But the bigger picture here, David, is this economy is the strongest we've ever seen. This president is doing a lot. And the reason why I'm standing here, I hope, is to talk about something historic. This is the Defense Assessment Report that was handed in to the president. I think it's a very bullish report in the sense that we have a situation where the president, as a matter of strategy, says that economic security is national security,
right,
that we need a strong manufacturing and defense industrial base, both for economic prosperity and for our national
Peter,
defense.
I promise we're going to get right back to that, but I just have to finish up on the jobs report. Of course, it also talked about salaries. I, for one, am very happy that salaries are going up. I'd rather them go up over 3% rather than 2.8%.
Thank you.
But some people do believe in this wage inflation and that it would carry over into the general economy. Do you?
No, I don't. What's going to happen, look, the men and women of America who work with their hands need to get their wages up in real terms. In real terms, it happens because things like the tax cuts for corporations are stimulating a wave of investment. What does that do? It increases productivity, increases the rate of innovation. We think this economy is doing beautifully on that. That's what we expect over time, and real wage growth is a great thing for this economy. These numbers, I mean, look, 3.7% unemployment, employment figures for women, minorities, disabled, I mean, you name it. They're the best we've seen in
best
a long
we've seen
time.
In my lifetime, Peter.
Yes,
it's that simple.
Indeed.
I'm not that young a guy.
Goes back
by the way, you wanted to bring up economic security. I was amazed to see in the failing New York Times Peter Navarro right here and right next to a piece by Paul Krugman, for goodness sakes. But it's a very important piece, and it talks about the danger of relying too much on foreign companies for supplying our military services with what they need, particularly a country like China, which this week we just found out was involved in another hack attack.
So what we did with this report, about a year ago, the president signed an executive order ordering a historic thing, the first assessment of our defense industrial base. And so DOD worked with all the agencies of government, came back, and what did we discover? We discovered over almost 300 gaps or vulnerabilities in that, which we're going to fix quickly. But things like we only have one company that builds propeller shafts for submarines. We only have one company that builds gun turrets for tanks. Space infrared detectors, which we need for missile defense, are compromised. And these kinds of things are difficult. On the foreign dependency side, what you mentioned, we have printed circuit boards, machine tools, all sorts of rare earths and other types of critical materials. So what this is going to do for America is it's going to basically wake us up to the idea we have to fix those vulnerabilities. As we fix them, we're going to strengthen our manufacturing and defense industrial base. As we do that, firms are going to get more earnings, workers are going to get more wages, we're going to get more growth out of the whole thing, and synergistically, David,
and
here's
bottom
the
line is you don't want enemies of the United States to be at all involved in supplying our military with stuff that's vital to our national security. Very quickly, they're giving me a wrap, but automakers now, foreign automakers, it turns out that they may try to take advantage of the new trade deal, the USMCA trade deal. Are you involved in any negotiations on that?
We have one United States trade representative, Robert Lighthizer, best we've ever had there. I don't get involved in that. What I can tell you, David, is we're seeing all sorts of companies offshore announcing they're going to be investing here because of things like the USMCA deal, a.k.a. the new NAFTA, and because of other things like the steel and aluminum tariffs. We're seeing a tremendous wave of investment. And so the tax cuts, deregulation, the steel and aluminum tariffs, all our tough trade actions are adding up to strong investment, more productivity, higher wages, it's going to be all good. And we
again,
hope,
more
we hope
jobs. The
ticker
more
keeps
foreign
going up
companies
like it's
come
been.
here, the more jobs we got for Americans. Good stuff, Peter. Thank you very much. Congrats.